Hello everyone, my name is Anna and good day everyone. In this channel I share with you my passion for growing cactus and other desert plants over a cup of my favorite drink, coffee. This is especially good now that it is very cold. It is winter, but I have to cover my coffee because today I'm going to do some repotting. I don't want soil in my coffee, but I need that because it is so cold. So anyway, for today I am going to have another repotting, and although it is winter, yes, I do some repotting during winter, especially for these are haworthias. Haworthias for me are winter growers. In my last video, if you have not seen that, I actually repotted my aloe and my euphorbia. Those are all winter growers for me because they go dormant during our summer when it is very hot. So I usually do my repotting for haworthia, aloes, euphorbia, even gasteria during the winter time when they are actively growing in my climate. So I have here 2 pots of overly grown haworthias. So look at that. Look how full each of these pots are. So I've had these in these pots for 2 years now. When I started them, they were small. Each of them, I had I think I have 3 types in each pot. So it is time for me to prune them, maybe start them or separate them into 2 pots. I don't even know where to start. Okay, let's try doing this one first. Let's put this aside. I'm going to start by taking these apart. Oh wow, I'm liking how this one is looking. I have one variegated haworthia in here. All right. Haworthia recently have been separated into 3 different groups. Okay, there's a haworthia, the traditional haworthia, the one with a softer leaf. And then this one I believe is classified as haworthiopsis, the one that has more rigid leaves with white markings on them. And then there's the tenusima, something. But I don't know. For me, I still refer all of them as haworthia. I call all of them haworthia. Alright. See how I can break this apart. I am loving this one with the variegated leaves. I forgot the name of all these haworthia. I'm not really a haworthia expert, guys, but I love growing them. They're very easy actually, as long as I can provide them shade during winter and keep them rather cool during our summer months. They will thrive. They will usually pout when it's summertime. They really don't like the heat, but at least they survive. I mean, look at them. They look worse during summer, but they started recovering when fall started, when we started having cooler months. And so far, despite how bad they look during the summertime, they easily bounce back as soon as we get cooler weather. Especially this type of haworthia, the one with the harder leaves. These are hardier for me than the softer leafed ones. or the ones with a window. Those I find challenging because sometimes when they get sunburned, that's the end of them. But these guys are hardier. Alright, the roots are all tangled up. I like the soil that I used in here. It has lots of pumice. So here's what I have so far. So I have this type of Haworthia. If I find the name of this, I'll flash it on the screen. If not, if you guys know, let me know by putting a comment below this video. This one I think is the Haworthia attenuata, the one with the white stripes, if I'm not mistaken. And this is a variegated something. I don't know from the top of my head what this what the name of this Haworthia is. So I am actually loving this. This is originally a variegated Haworthia. It grew a lot of offsets since then, but as you can see, not all of the offsets are variegated. So this is variegated 1, 2, 3. This one is variegated. This one has only one leaf right there that's variegated, but this one is totally green. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate this one that is totally green. I will pot it up in a separate pot, or maybe I'll pot it up together with that again. This one I am thinking of planting it separately in another pot. I have this pot in here, which I think complements the variegation of the Haworthia. Let's see how it will look. Haworthias don't really have such a deep root system, so you can plant it in a small container. See how that looks. Ooh, yes. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Okay, so I am planting this in this container. Let's do this first. Okay, I will reuse some of the old soil and just mix it with new soil that I have here. Anyway, I was the one who made this soil, and I can see it is a very good mix. I place a lot of pumice in this one. Pumice is hard to find in my area. As much as I want to use it, as often as I want to, I don't find it here in Vegas, or if I do, it's very expensive. Usually I have to go to California to get my supply of pumice. Alright. And then, oh, I forgot to clean the bottom of the Haworthia, so take this opportunity to take out the dead leaves underneath while they're out of the pot. It's usually hard to do this if they are planted in the pot, so this is the perfect time to do this. I hope this throws out more variegated babies. Oh, uh-oh. Oopsie. Okay, this is the one that I told you is just slightly variegated in one leaf. Should I keep this? Maybe it's too much. I'll just do this, guys. Anyway, it will throw off more pops later on. Okay. And I'll have more variegated plants. Hopefully, more of this variegated Haworthia. This is so pretty. I don't know if this is the one that I found in just like one of the big box stores being sold among the other green Haworthias. Sometimes I get lucky and I find variegated ones in big box stores. They don't have high price, they're just sold with the regular priced ones. Maybe sometimes they don't notice that some are variegated. I was able to find a variegated golden barrel as well in one of my shopping in a big box store. So I got that one really cheap. This one too, because I don't remember buying a variegated Haworthia of this type or ordering it online. So I think this is one that I found just in a big box store. So you'll never know when you guys shop for plants. Just be on the lookout. Sometimes you'll get lucky and find gems like this at a very affordable price. This is one side. Should I put top dressing? Oh, I can just add these rocks back. The one that came from this big pot. I had some nice rocks on that, but you can't see it anymore when the big Haworthia is growing on top of them. So I'll use them again here. Pot number 1 for this Haworthia. Oh, good coffee. Okay, before I proceed with repotting those that I've already unpotted, I think I'll take this out of the pot first, because honestly I don't know how I'm going to deal with all these. There's just too many, so I think I'll unpot this and see everything that I have first before I decide which ones to pot where. Alright. Okay. Again, I had these decorative rocks which got buried underneath this Haworthia forest right here. These guys really grow so well for me. Probably one of the easiest succulents to grow, at least this type, not the soft fleshy ones with the windows. Those are very delicate and very challenging in my environment, but these ones are very easy. I remember last year I took off a lot of offsets from here and gave some away to friends. And yet I still have more, so I have more to give out to my friends. Here, a lot of people are asking if I can sell my plants, but honestly I just don't have the time to deal with selling, you know, packaging, mailing, with work and with family obligations that I have. I just don't have the time to do that. I wish I can, you know, I wish I can just do a full-time plant-related business. But many of you know I work for a school district, so it's very hard to fix my schedule around school days or school months. Right now school is out, it's winter break, so I have more time to spend doing these, such as this repotting. I should have done this like early in fall, but now I have more time in my hands. Okay, wow, look at this. That's such a big clump. And then I have another one variegated here. I think this is a variegated attenuata. And another one right here. Look how prolific these Haworthias are. Okay, definitely I have to separate this into little clusters. So So I definitely have to separate this clump, and to separate Haworthia, it is actually very easy. Usually the pops would already form their own roots. So if you like just take out gently one, you'll end up with another plant complete with roots. So no need to root those. Okay, so just gently try pulling them apart, and you'll end up with all these plants, still plants that are ready to go in a separate pot. This one, you see how there's already roots coming out from this part of the Haworthia, the top one. This bottom one, I can take it off because I can feel that these roots are already dry. So the bottom ones are dry. See, they just come off easily. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off this long stem, and I will retain the top part where the roots are, or the new roots are already coming out of. Okay, yeah, so the bottom is not good anymore, it's not healthy, so I'm going to take this out. Even this root, this is also dead root. Okay, this one is firm, looks like feels like it's still alive, so I'm going to keep that. All right, and then take this dead leaf off as well. Alright, and then I'm going to leave this out for a few days, maybe up to a week, until this end callus or form a callus or hardens off before I pot it in soil. Look how much Haworthia I got out from those two pots. Now what, Anna? Now what? Look what I made. I'm going to give this out as a present. Sorry guys, I was in the zone, so I was not able to film it while I was making it. But I'm going to give this away as a Christmas present to someone I know who really likes plants. When I emptied this pot where the Haworthias came from, look what I found underneath it. Leca balls. I remember there was a time when I was experimenting with these leca balls because I was looking for an alternative to pumice. One thing I like about pumice is that it provides aeration, but at the same time it holds moisture. So these leca balls, I know they hold moisture, so I experimented on this and mixed it with my soil, and looks like it worked because you see how robust my Haworthias grew in this pot, and the soil had these leca balls in them. So I think I'm going to reuse this again in the soil that I'm going to use for this pot. So I plan to arrange the Haworthias again in this pot. Not all of them, I'm just going to select the nice ones, the small ones, and plant them back in this pot. Okay, so here goes my soil and the leca balls. So I am just doing like soil leca layer alternately. Doesn't have to be perfectly distributed as long as they're there in the soil. Okay, and then to this I'm going to plant this variegated one. Nice variegated Haworthia attenuata, I believe is the ID. And then let's see, let's put a different one next to it. Oh, where's that other variegated one? I said the slightly variegated one. This one, okay. So let's put this in here. And one with a different texture, maybe this spotted one. There's like little very fine white freckles on the leaves. The soil mixture that I am using here is actually a commercially available soil. to which I added more pumice. So my goal is to have a 70-30 ratio, 70% organic, so more organic, and then 30% inorganic. Well, maybe this is a little more inorganic because I added the leca balls in there. But roughly, it's like 70-30 ratio. That is more rich than what I use for cacti because I find that haworthias like more water than cacti does. So for cactus, I usually do a 50-50 ratio or a 60-40 ratio. But for haworthias, aloes, wisteria, euphorbia, 70-30 ratio works for me. And you also have to take into consideration that I live in Las Vegas, the desert. So our weather here, it's dry all year round, and our summer is very hot. So I need soil that retains moisture longer than what most of you probably need in your location. All right, so just push the soil down. This is almost done. This is pot number 2 that I'm working on right now. Okay. Haworthias are very pretty plants, very showy, especially if they have the markings on them or the windows. The flowers, not so much for me at least. I think all of them have little white flowers on them. I have not seen a colored haworthia flower. If you did, please let me know in the comments below which haworthias have colored flowers. But most of the haworthias that I've seen, they have little white flowers. It comes out from a very long stem or long inflorescence, and then at the tip, it's got little white flowers. The flowers are hard to pollinate. There's a technique on how to pollinate them. I have not pollinated or cross-pollinated any of my haworthia flowers. I haven't even tried because I saw how Daz of Cacti Mania did his, and it's not easy. It's not as easy as cross-pollinating cactus flowers or aloe flowers. So if you want to see or learn how to cross-pollinate haworthia flowers, go ahead and check out the channel of Daz. Cacti Mania is his YouTube channel. He also has a very big collection of haworthias, different types of haworthias. If I have questions on haworthias, I always ask him, so I consider him my haworthia expert. So go ahead and check him out. That's Cacti Mania here in YouTube. Okay, I'm making another pot here. This one I will also give as a present to a friend this Christmas. See, if you grow succulents or plants, you can give them out as presents if you have a lot in your collection. Okay, instead of throwing them away, give them out as gifts. Oh, I love this, how this one turned out. Like I want to keep it for myself. No, this is a present. It's a present. I should stop looking at it. It's a present for someone. Alright, so here are all the haworthias that I've repotted. Today is actually another day because yesterday I lost daylight. I thought filming it the next day would be better, but I am wrong because as you can see, it is a rainy day today. It's overcast, so that did not help in terms of lighting. But anyway, here they are now. So the haworthias that came out of these 2 square pots that you saw in the beginning of the video, here are all of them. Okay, so this one's in front, so this and this will be the ones that I will be gifting out. I'll be keeping the yellow one in the middle, and then the 2 square pots, I reduced the amount of haworthias in each pot into 3 types in each pot. That was how this was originally designed anyway, until it got so overgrown in those pots. So I have 3 different types of haworthias in each of the square pots. And then these are actually all the rest. So I just planted everything in there, all that's left. So maybe this will be like my stock pot. So this is for propagation. And oh, look at this one. I bought this pot. It's a cute cactus pot, but I never found a right fit or a right plant for this pot until now. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? So this one I'm keeping for myself. Okay. And then this and this will find another home. Alright, so these are all my haworthias, all repotted, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, guys, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to this channel if you like cactus and other desert plants. And again, guys, I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, just in case I am not able to put out another video by the end of this year. So, cheers to 2023, cheers to 2024, Merry Christmas, guys, and Happy New Year. Cheers!